Hello again. This is Benjamin Baer, Vice President of Product Marketing at FICO.
I'm Fernando George. I'm Senior Director of Product Management at FICO. I'm responsible for decision tools.
And we're here talking in the third part of the series on the newly released Forrester Total Economic Impact report on Decision Modeler. And we're talking about the use cases for Decision Modeler and kind of what Forrester determined is the expected set of ROI metrics, if you will, for customers that are moving to the tool and moving to the cloud. So today we're going to talk about what people can expect in articulating decision logic. We talked a little bit about use cases, but maybe if we look at some of those use cases, how can Decision Modeler and articulating your decision rules have an impact on your organization?
Well, that's a great question because at the end of the day, that's the goal, right? Provide that impact on the business. And it varies, but some of the common threads that we see is that it really allows organizations to move at the speed of business, right? Many of these organizations, they have to deal with IT backlogs. They have to deal with not being able to make changes to how they make decisions because those changes are buried in some system that they had. So the ability to just separate everything that has to do with how they make decisions, those things that define who they are as a company, and manage that decision logic in a way that allows them to iterate, to move quickly, and to make them better and understand the impact on the business, and truly move at the speed of business when a competitor changes some of the terms or the products they're offering, to be able to quickly come up with how the logic will be adjusted. That speed, that agility is one of the key benefits that our customers have. And just to give you an idea of order of magnitude, Benjamin, many of our customers, they take 6 months, 3 months to make a very simple change, say on a rate. And once they are able to use this technology and this approach to manage the decisions, that of course shrinks this merely to hours and maybe days with an approval process, internal approval process. So really we're talking about a drastic difference that also has ramifications, because the moment that they know that they'll be able to make this change so quickly, then they can automate more and send fewer cases for manual review. So you have an increase in automation and allow them to truly focus on the things that are important for the business. So we see a lot of increase in automation. We see a lot of agility to make changes and move at the speed of business. And more concretely, customers just get more precision with the use of predictive analytics and machine learning, a lot more precision in their decision making, so they can do things like, all right, we're going to keep risk the same and increase our revenues, or we are going to, now we have a better grasp on our false positive rate, we're going to improve our decision making there and how we handle those cases. So that actually allows for very tangible results in terms of their business. And just to last point before you go, I think from a high level, it really allows them to connect those operational decisions, right? The decisions that are being made, someone in the call center interacting with a customer, those operational day-to-day decisions, it just connects them with the high level metrics that the business is tracking. So it's a great way to connect the operational day-to-day decisions with the high level business objectives of a company.
And what about the customer? So there's got to be benefits to the customer and the customer interaction, right?
Absolutely. So sorry, that's a great point. I didn't mention the customer, and I should have. So their customers, right? Our customers' customers. The way that it impacts them is really, I think the best way to describe it is, it reminds me of a Forrester presentation that I saw a few years ago about treating customers like royalty. That customers now expected to be treated like royalty, to have customized offerings and customized products that get to their specific needs. And I think that's in a way exactly what we empower companies to do, is to optimize how in each one of those interactions with their customers, they can make decisions that are precise, and they can make decisions that are specific to that customer and how they want to treat their customers in general. So I think it's a great way to think about it. The way that this impacts the customer's customers is giving that royal treatment to each and every one of those customers. Well, but in the case of this Forrester Total Economic Impact, what results, Benjamin, do they see from those customers who are using Decision Modeler?
Well, it's an important question, and it's almost giving away the end of the
A
story,
little
right?
bit.
Because we want our people watching this to download the report themselves and see for themselves what this third party. And it's really important to note that Forrester being a third party applying their methodology to this could come up with some very discrete or distinct and discrete results and quantitative metrics. So as you point out, there are two sets of things that Forrester could look at with the impact of Decision Modeler on the business. So they came back with a total ROI in the first year of 356%. For those organizations looking at all the quantifiable metrics and the impact of moving to Decision Modeler and moving to the cloud would have directly on their loan approval process. That's a pretty distinct and sizable number. And it represents a total payback for investments in Decision Modeler in under a year, which I think is really, really important for companies to know. There is a distinct net present value of these quantifiable metrics that Forrester measured of over $8 million. And if you add in the non-quantifiable sets of metrics like change management, fewer personnel needed, fewer downtime, et cetera, in the solution, it's well over $10 million, $10.5 million in the first year. So, there are very distinct and very sizable benefits for customers looking at moving to decision rules to consider not only Decision Modeler in the cloud, but also the extension of the platform that we offer around decision management to allow for a very rich set of tools, a rich set of capabilities to be baked into those applications. So it's been a really good exercise to go through, to watch Forrester go through this and talk to our customers. And again, I really encourage anyone watching this to download the report. It's free. Highly encourage you to take a look at the methodology, take a look at the customer, the composite customer, and see how your use cases, we can apply this technology to your use cases.